Have you had time to like really reflect on your comments in regards to the older pioneers in hip hop? Like, have you had time to reflect on it and say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said the word Dusty, or maybe maybe I should have just said, hey, financially, how come they aren't doing as good as they should be because they invented hip hop?
I mean, yes, and again, first of all, I knew this point, the bigger context was never going to be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
If I knew it was going to be even amplified to that reach, yes, I would have not said that to hopefully let's have the conversation. But granted, we just all agreed they don't want to talk about it.
But you know how you can make them have the conversation?
What?
Apologize for calling them Dusty and say, you know what? Maybe I used a bad choice of words.
Hold on. But here's the thing. I can't apologize for something I didn't do. Like, I didn't call all of them Dusty. Everybody who was responding, you see, what I said earlier, I agree with LL 100%, except 80% of what he was talking about wasn't to me, because I didn't say it. I never said that your money could be equatable to your to hip-hop contributions in the past.
Well, you left it broad because you didn't name a name. So being that you didn't name a name, you can only think you're generalizing all
that's what I regret, because usually I love calling names. I should have just called that dude name, but I didn't think my audience was even going to know the dude. So, but now everybody done responded. I don't want to now go back and point like I was talking to that nigga right there. And by the way, the dude responded too.
The person? The one person you was talking about?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting.
My goodness.
So listen, I mean, that is a bigger conversation.
And by the way, when he responded, he kind of almost agreed that he was. Never mind. Let me just keep it going.
But the bigger conversation is how can we help, the founding fathers? And I think people just want you to respect the culture that you eat off.
Wait, okay, that's a good one. What legitimately, besides that comment, do people believe that shows lack of respect of the culture or even historically rappers who came before? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they're using two words to kind of paint a large brush on everything I've done. You know what I mean?
Well, if they haven't been paying attention to the whole totality of you and all of the different things you might have done or have done, then they only see that one thing. So they're like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean?
See the clips that's on the blog.
And that's where it comes down to this, right? So like, is anybody going to look up? Does he have other comments disrespecting all of the old rappers?
No.
What has he said about them before? What has he said about the pioneers? What has he said about people who were popping in the 80s and 90s? Did anybody go to look that up? Or was it a good way to galvanize and actually, that's the only thing I was proud about. I think everybody was on the same page, even though it was against me.
So you're down to have the conversation with the LLs, the TIs, and everything else. I mean, I think that's the thing people don't understand. Like, you're not a bad guy. You know what I mean? I've been knowing you for a long time. You're actually a student of the game. You know what I mean? And I think just like any of us, you can get caught up in the performance of it all sometime. You know what I mean? But you got to deal with the consequences of those actions. Like I always tell you, it's going to come at some point. We've all gotten punched in the face. You know what I mean? I don't think it's worth it in the long run.